It was a big win for us. We went into the game missing some guys, and it was a disappointing effort that we put forth last night. We do a hustle chart, which basically rates our performance in 6 different categories, all related to effort. And each game, there's a percentage that we have to reach that indicates that we're playing at the level that the standard that we set. And generally, when we're operating at 85% on the hustle chart, we're difficult to beat. Last night's game, of the 40 games that I had coached at Georgia State to this point, was the lowest hustle chart percentage since I've been here. And when you're starting conference play at a time where we're off to a good start, that's really disappointing. And so as disappointed as I was, I'm also that proud in the response. And now we tabulate the hustle chart, and we'll have that number tomorrow, but we already know what it looks like because you can feel it when those things are happening. And so I'm proud of the guys. We got a long way to go. We had some veteran guys step up and some key moments, and it's a really good win for those guys. I'm proud of them.
Thanks, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions from members of the media. As a friendly reminder, if you would, after asking your question, if you could mute yourself, we would appreciate it. Go ahead.
Coach, does the hustle chart show up on defense? Because you guys really seem like you really got after them today.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's about. Most of the categories are related to defense, but there's also just effort stuff in there, loose balls, deflections, shot contests, but most of these things are defensive related. But there are just some effort related things that happen that aren't necessarily offense or defense. A loose ball is not necessarily offense or defense, it's just a loose ball. But most of the 6 categories are defense. And you know what? We're not a great defensive team right now. We aspire to be. I appreciate their response from one day to the next on a tough turnaround without a full 24 hours. So it was a positive response.
With you've been shorthanded with that LEL there, what can you say about the way Jalen played this weekend? And looked like Caleb came in and gave you some nice minutes too.
Yeah, you know what? Really proud of Caleb. When we got Caleb in the program, our thought process was that we've got Jalen, Joe, LEL, Ryan, and JoJo along the front line, and that we could bring Caleb along at a pace that he would be comfortable with in his development, because we see the upside in him. And he's gotten thrust into some minutes here the past several games, just based on the fact that we've had some guys out. We had Jalen out for a spell. We lost Joe before the season. Now we got JoJo and Ellie off, so he had to play. And to his credit, he responded. And I was tough on him after last night's game, and I'm really proud of the response he gave us tonight. And his teammates really got some energy from what he brought to the table.
Coach, another guy who got a little bit more run with the guys who were not playing was Ryan Boyce. And he seemed like when he had foul trouble in the first half and was out of the game, maybe it was coincidental, but it seemed like his impact was lost on the court. And then when he came back in the second half, the team was working out better. It seems like he's getting more comfortable. Have you been noticing that as the game's been going on?
Yeah, you know what? We value high motor guys. You know, what coaches don't. But we need that. We need guys that play with a high motor. And we've got some guys who haven't figured that out yet. But Ryan's not one of them. He's got a motor. And so he gives us some energy. He's learning how to play. He doesn't have a lot of college experience. In a lot of ways, Ryan's like a freshman. He's He's got a lot of practice experience the last couple of years, but he doesn't have a lot of game experience. So what you're seeing is a young man who's getting starting to settle in to the college game right now because he's playing, and he's got some upside there. And but the thing that really has distinguished him is that motor.
Now that you've been through this for the first weekend, it's just kind of a learning process as far as management and everything else.
Yeah. I think the big thing is how to manage the week leading up. The back-to-back games are unique because it's the same opponent, but we all do have experience with playing 2 games in 2 days or 3 games in 3 days because we all play in season tournaments. And the fact that it's only on weekends, it'd be one thing if we were doing this playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday, Sunday, but the fact that we're doing it just on weekends, it's very similar to the turnaround that you would have like in a conference tournament setting or an in-season tournament. So what we have to develop is a routine Sunday through Thursday. And, I've talked to Sean Elliott about what they do and what does a football week look like. And we talk to people in the Ivy League because they've been doing it forever. They play Friday, Saturday all the time. So what does it look like Sunday through Monday? And we're going to lean on our Ivy League colleagues. And if we sense or feel something is a little bit more appropriate for us, we'll make that change as we go through the season.
Coach, this game was kind of characterized by stretches in both halves where a lot of turnovers on defense were leading to buckets at the other end. Is maybe the next step you're looking for from the defense, the stretches in the game where the other team is controlling the ball a little better, not forcing turnovers, and relying on your half-court defense to be able to prevent buckets?
Yeah, we aspire, like I said, to be a great defensive team, and we're not there yet. I think I talked to you guys last week about how we did things backwards. We normally in the off season, really everything would be defense, and we would try to get all of our principles down and really grind them. And with everything that was going on, when we finally brought these guys back in the off season, I just wanted everything to be fun for them. And what's more fun than offense? So, we just said, the 2 hours that we spend in the gym with these guys, I want them to enjoy it because they really don't have much of an outlet. And so we worked on offense since July. And then when we got to October, we started playing catch up on defense, and we're still catching up. And today was a good example of the direction that we're trying to go in defensively, and we still got a ways to go.